Okay, this is going to just be a focus drill on stance, toss, and landing. Hardway set was being used, so that's a primary hit for hardway. Hard 4. Four, 1, 5. The dark die is the left die. The gold die, or amber colored die, is the right die. Six, 2, 8. So 2. There's a repeater on the 5. 3, 2 variety. There's a 9. Off axis variety. There's another 8. I think that's the same variety of 8 that I threw the first time. Second 8. There's a yo. I got 2 more tosses in my drill. 10 tosses. There's the O. Repeater on the O. Repeating number. Okay, one more toss. And we'll talk about the results. There's another yo. That's 3 in a row. Okay, so it's 10 tosses. Why 10 tosses, you might ask? Well, the reason for 10 tosses is that if you can get 10 tosses out there without a 7, you're going to have a very good opportunity to come away with some money, especially if you get a few repeaters. Okay, so let's, we were using a hard way set. So let's see if we can turn the camera around here and take a look. All right, so we had 3 11s, 1 9, 2 8s, 1 2, 2 5s, and a 4. And I would say probably, without counting them up, that the off-axis hits were close to 40%, I think. Maybe a little higher. And that's all you really want out of a 7-axis set. This is a 7-axis set. You want to be able to keep one of them on axis, and if one goes off axis, it doesn't matter. A 7 can't happen. It's impossible. And there's always 6 7s, right? So a double pitch, going to be 4 7s, and then 2 off axis in the wrong direction is going to be another 2 7s, so for a total of 6. And there's always 6 of them, and it depends on how you want to position the dice and how your dice are reacting, so on and so forth, as to how you attempt to avoid them or control the outcome or influence the result. Utilizing a 10 toss drill, and then because I think for folks, it's to be able to, you have to really focus on the mechanics and what you're doing, where you're landing them, and not let your mind wander. And it's easier, let's say, let's put it that way. It's easier to do that focused on just 10 tosses. Okay. The mind begins to wander, the focus dissipates after a while, and there's only so much time that a person can throw exactly carefully the same way before something interrupts that flow, that rhythm, and you don't get a good controlled toss. All right, and then that can negatively affect the outcome. We're going to be just about 10 minutes here, so I think that hopefully that explains it, why I would do that. So if you're working on, let's say you're practicing and you're having a tough time getting a 7-to-roll ratio above 10, then what I think would be useful is this drill. Just say I'm going to throw 10 times, I'm going to mark where they go. I'm not going to do any fake betting or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to mark where my hits go and if I hit points or not. But only throw 10 times. And if you start doing that and your focus, you get more and more focused on being good at throwing 10 times without a 7, then go up to, say, 12, then maybe go up to 13, then go to 15, and so forth, until you get to the point where you're staying pretty much in focus for longer periods of time, because that's really where it boils down to. Once you understand dice sets, and once you understand how you should be tossing them and how you should be gripping them, and you've got that pretty well locked down, the next problem becomes consistency and mental focus for a period of time. And that's, the distractions in a casino, come up, distractions in your own mind, things you're thinking about, stuff that's on your mind anyway that creeps in. So it's easier if you're not in an environment with a lot of things happening around you, say like, at home in a practice situation. But even then, things that are just going on in your life can start filtering into your thought process and distracts you from what you're doing. So give this 10 toss drill a try if those sorts of things are something that you're struggling with a little bit, and if you're completely focused the whole time and you're not losing any of your mental focus. I said the word too many times. You're not being distracted, and you're not being able to get past 10 times. There could be something else that's happening. There could be something in the grip itself or whatever, and that's sort of a different story. But so give the 10 toss. That was a 2, by the way. Give the 10 toss drill a try. Work on it. Slowly build up the. You get to the point you can consistently toss 10 times without a 7. Well, that was a beautiful, beautiful hard 10. Look at that. That was exactly the way they were set up, except that they were that way. If you can consistently throw 10 times and avoid a 7, you have a huge advantage in the game. And it's all it needs is just a little bit better than probability. Oh, another great toss. There's a 5. Okay, so we'll end it. That was fun. 13 minutes. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and remember, luck's got very little to do with it. Practice, practice, practice.